Dating can surface a lot: anxiety, overthinking, ADHD, mood shifts, and sometimes it's more than just a rough patch. And if you ever tried to find psychiatric care, you know how long the wait list can be. That's where Talkiatry comes in. Talkiatry is a 100% online psychiatry practice that provides comprehensive evaluations, diagnoses, and ongoing medication support for mental health conditions like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and more. And unlike therapy-only apps, Talkiatry is psychiatry. That means you're seeing a licensed medical provider who can diagnose mental health conditions and prescribe medication when it's appropriate. They have over 600 clinicians who are in network with major insurers, so you can use your existing insurance instead of paying monthly subscriptions or out-of-network fees. Getting started with Talkiatry takes just a few minutes. You complete a short online assessment, get matched with clinicians who fit your needs, and can schedule your first visit in days, not months. Head to talkiatry.com/dateable and complete the short assessment to get matched with an in-network psychiatrist in just a few minutes. That's TALKIATRY.com/dateable to get matched in minutes. Hi, I'm Yue Xu.
And I'm Julie Kraftchick.
We're active daters turned dating insiders.
Here to dive into everything modern dating and relationships.
Welcome to Dateable. Hello, friends.
Welcome back to another episode of Dateable.
Another on, off, on. I'm just going to say that every time for this part.
I was wondering, are people just so sick of hearing this joke? Or are they into it?
Or they're like, I don't get it. They're on. What's off about it?
It's true. Not everyone else does seasons. We're unique in that way. I like it.
I love that we do seasons. Everything comes in seasons, including life.
Yeah, I was like, I like it because it feels like it gives us a restart every season.
Yeah.
To be like, what do we want to talk about? Not just always on, coming up with something new, taking whatever guest comes our way. We're very particular, actually.
I laugh about if we did just episodes and not seasons, we'd be like, on episode 5,688.
People do that. They're like, we are now at episode 433.
That sounds viable, but once you get into really high numbers, it just sounds ridiculous. Why are you even counting at that point?
But for this episode, we're gonna make it a very easy number for you all, though. We're doing 10 questions to ask yourself.
You don't have to count that high. I can't count that high. I can't count past 10.
Nope, we're not doing thousands. But we really wanted to do an episode to reset and ask ourselves, are we ready? Are we ready for love? I feel like we ask this question about other people so much, but very rarely do we look inward.
Yeah. Are you, the one listening right now, are you ready for love? And I'm sure many of you are going, of course I am. I'm always ready for love. I will tell you, firsthand experience, looking back, there were years where I was not ready for love and looking for love in all the wrong places.
Oh, 110%. I was the same way. I just remember my best friend just being like, are you sure you want a relationship? Are you really sure you're looking for one? Because your behaviors are not corresponding with someone that wants a relationship.
Yeah, you say you want it, but are you ready for it? So let's just do a beginning of the year assessment.
Yeah.
To get the
answer. And again, doesn't need to be 100%, but I think at least having these questions in mind to think about will start the process.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to get into these top questions to ask yourself. But first, we are going to conclude our series. We've had a really great series with Dr. Serena Sterling to talk about her new dating app, Satya, and this will be the last one in the series.
We're loving the concept of this app because it integrates psychology and growth-oriented tools that make it different than your typical dating app.
So let's hear one last segment from Dr. Sterling.
All right, welcome, Dr. Sterling. We know you're on a mission to creating a dating app that actually enforces intentional behavior. So how else is Satya different than other dating apps?
One of my big issues was that people would hide behind outdated photos. I knew a guy that was using his best modeling photo ever from 20 years ago. Like no one looks like they did, especially not in like professional black and white photo from like 2 decades ago. And so the reason that I decided to create we have a video intro, 45 second, it doesn't have to be that long, but it can be like 10 to 45 second video intro so that like, you know who you're talking to and you're not allowed to like use filters from Instagram. Like this is who you are. Like who you are is like who you shouldn't be surprised when you meet your date in real life. Like it shouldn't be like, like maybe from this angle, I can see how you took the photo. Like Satya is all about like honesty and transparency, which is why we require the video intro.
And I love that you have this Grow tab, which is a video library of short videos from licensed therapists offering advice on dating your relationships, but also things like red light, green light. Can you share more about that?
Yes. Okay. So I'm sure every dating app user has been in like a messaging loop where you just like, I am ready to go out. Like, what do I need to do to get this person to ask me out? Or like, maybe you're on the other side and you're like, okay, I don't know if this person is ready. Okay, if you just send like a green light, that just is like, I'm ready. I'm ready to like take it offline. And we really like encourage users to have a video chat before they meet in real life. But even the green light would say like, let's have a video chat or let's plan a date. And that really helps so that people aren't in these like, sometimes these messaging loops like end up just going nowhere and disappearing and you've lost the opportunity. So that's the green light. And then for the red light, it's kind of like you've matched with someone, you're interacting, and then you're kind of like, okay, I'm pulling teeth to like get this match going, or like, I don't really like this person has left me hanging for like 3 days. Like, is this person still interested? So you just send a red light, like, hey, conversation's kind of going downhill unless you want to like get back to speed. So it's just kind of like a red light, green light, very direct. There's no confusion about like what's going on.
Almost like permission. A lot of times on dating apps, I feel like we're just waiting for the other person to give permission to move it to the next level. And we call the messaging loop a black hole, and then eventually goes into a graveyard and everyone has this like messaging graveyard. So let's get rid of it all. But why do you think having this clarity and intentionality leads to more dates and connections?
Because just like you said, like the graveyard where these like messages end up, like someone may just be really like needs a really clear, direct opening to be like, okay, hey, so I got the green light. It sounds like you want to go out. Like, does this sound good to you? And so it just really allows for people to have more, like the person giving the green light can say like, I am ready. Like I'm ready to go out. The person getting the green light is like, I have a clear path to asking this person out, versus like just waiting for like the prime perfect place or like time to, and then sometimes that doesn't happen.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the last 3 episodes for this segment. If you missed any of the others, you can go back and check them out because there's so much interesting info about your new app, Satya.
Thank you for having me.
And for anyone who is so ready to download the app today, like green light, let's go, where can they find Satya?
You can download it on the App Store and on Google Play.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sterling. And yeah, go get it. Let's try some new dating apps in 2026.
Finally.
Thank you for having me.
I just love hearing about new dating apps, especially when they feel good for dating.
Yeah, finally. And I would 100% try this if I were dating right now.
Same. So should we get into it? The questions around if you're ready for love.
As ready as I can be.
Okay, the first one I would ask myself, do I trust myself to walk away when something feels off, even if I like them? This question is huge, and I think it's so layered. So take a minute to digest, because most of us walk away from situations when something bad happens, and you can point to the bad. It's very binary. But can you walk away when you know it's not right for you, even if really nothing bad happens? And I think when you feel like you are empowered to do so, then you are so ready for love. I think it comes back to this self-trust. I'm actually just thinking of that example I've given before I met my partner, that I was dating this guy, or not dating. We never even met up. We
right.
We met during COVID time, so it was like talking on like virtually. So it felt like we had met, but we hadn't. And then when I got back home from like being away, he like could not make time to meet up. And he wasn't like telling me he wasn't interested. He still was like kind of keeping me on the hook, but it felt off. Like I could feel the shift happen. And I think the old me would have been like, because he was saying he was just really busy at work and he had some family stuff going on. I would have like stayed in it and like justified it. And I think the new me was like, no, this feels off. Like this person can't even meet me for like an hour. Like it doesn't feel right. Like this doesn't feel like what I want it to feel like. And I let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when you know you're ready.
Yeah.
It's a great example. Second question. Am I dating to be chosen or to see if this person's additive to my life?
This is important because if you're dating to be chosen, it feels performative. And when you're actually seeing like if this is a person that's a fit for you, it feels like you're more grounded and you don't overinvest.
And if you are dating to be chosen, you feel like you're constantly auditioning. And the way you describe the dates will sound like auditions as well. So that's always a telling point is, am I waiting for this person to tell me they like me? Am I looking for those words of affirmation? Or am I also evaluating if this person's right for me?
Like, am I the chooser? Am I not just being chosen? I think the word chosen is interesting too, because we're not saying like be with someone that doesn't like choose to like make you important in their life. Like we're not saying that. The dating to be chosen though is more of these like vanity metrics. Like I get asked on another date, you know, this person tells me they're into me, or like I'm in a relationship and I can finally like tell my friends like nothing's wrong, I'm chosen. I think there's a big difference of like wanting someone to like fully choose and integrate you versus like do it for validation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely.
Number 3, how do I respond when someone can't meet my needs? Do I communicate or self-abandon? Ooh, this one hits hard.
Fight or flight. And this is just shows, can you regulate your nervous system? I think when you feel regulated and balanced, you're ready for love because you're ready for a real sort of connection. But when you're looking for someone to ruffle your feathers and to work up your nervous system again, that's when you know you're really not ready. And you can tell this by understanding what your needs are. One of the main reasons why we wrote our book is like getting clear on what you're looking for. And then what happens if these needs aren't being met? Like, are you willing to have the hard conversations?
I think that's so key because I feel like when I did abandon, it was that one, I couldn't even communicate to myself what my needs were. I couldn't put it into my own words. I think I just didn't want to lose the person. And then actually like having the guts to communicate it, it kind of goes back to the last one. Like, are you looking for the right fit or are you looking to be chosen? Because when you're looking to be chosen, you don't want to rock the boat. But when you're looking for the right fit, like, you know, like by sharing your needs, you're going to actually get a lot of intel. Like they're either going to be able to meet them, they're going to be able to talk it through with you, or they're going to be like, I can't meet them. And that's all really important information to understand.
And remember that when you're communicating your needs, it's not about being needy. It's actually just about giving information. And the receiving end of that, the person you're dating is going to be so appreciative of you giving them kind of a blueprint of how to be in a relationship with you.
I think the being needy really set us back, especially as women. I feel like books that I read early on, it was like, whatever you do, don't be needy. Like that was like the cardinal sin of dating. And I think what that did is just make me suppress. And that is the self-abandonment, because the reality is we all have needs. Like everyone has needs. And you can voice your needs like without being like demanding. You're voicing them, and if someone can meet them, great. And if they can't, then like you have to figure out like, is this a non-negotiable, or like can I work with that and like figure out a middle ground?
Next question to ponder. Can I tolerate uncertainty without trying to control the outcome?
Ooh, dating is so uncertain.
Yep.
I think in general, like, this was something I had to really learn, actually, like to let go a little of, because like the constant reassurance, like, first of all, you're not going to get it when dating. No. You'll just exhaust yourself. But even a relationship, like you need to like have trust in someone a bit. And like be okay, like even having trust in the person, but also trust in like, if this is meant for me, it'll work out. And like trust in the process. And I feel like without that, like you actually aren't ready for like the ups and downs that like relationships can take, even super healthy ones. We're not talking about like volatile ups and downs, just the inevitable fact that you have two people coming together with different needs, different expectations. There's gonna be uncertainty.
You're gonna have a level of uncertainty in every relationship. Let's just get that out of the way. And the amount of uncertainty is just more in the beginning because you're just getting to know someone. You don't know much about them. But even when you are certain enough, you want to be in a relationship with them, it still comes with a level of uncertainty. So navigating that, and I think it's less about uncertainty, it's about flexibility. Creating space and leaving space for anything to happen, but knowing that you can trust yourself enough to do whatever it needs to navigate the uncertainty.
Well, I think navigating ambiguity is such an important skill, like in dating and life.
Life.
Okay, before we get into the next question, let's take a minute to hear from our sponsors. I am so excited to tell you about our sponsor, Avocado Green Mattress. Their certified organic mattresses, pillows, and solid wood furniture are made without harmful chemicals and with thoughtfully chosen materials that are designed to support healthier living and more restorative sleep. One of my best friends has an avocado mattress and she can't stop raving about it. I may have sat a little too long on her bed the other day too, and it was just so comfortable. I get the hype. The thing is, investing in a better mattress can have meaningful impact on your long-term health and well-being. The best part is you can get an avocado mattress without any regrets. They offer sleep trials of up to 1 year to ensure you're getting the best mattress for you. Avocado, dream of better. And now they're having a great sale on mattresses. Go to avocadogreenmattress.com/dateable to get up to 15% off. That's avocadogreenmattress.com/dateable for up to 15% off mattresses. avocadogreenmattress.com/dateable.
Imagine having a dating coach in your pocket 24/7 and a daily guide so you're never lost. That's exactly why we partnered with Studio.com to create the Finding Your Person coaching app. Now, we were blown away by their AI technology that creates a completely customizable experience based on exactly what you're going through. After 10 years of doing Dateable, we kept hearing the same thing. I wish I had support in the moment when I'm actually dealing with this stuff. So we finally created it. And honestly, we've been so excited about this launch because it brings together the tech we've always wanted, everything we've learned from talking to thousands of daters, and the core content from our most popular course, Finding Your Person, the one that sells out every single time. And inside the app, you'll follow a personalized journey designed to help you get clear on what you want, build real confidence, and break the patterns that keep tripping you up. You'll get quick audio lessons, guided reflections, and simple real-world challenges that make dating feel intentional without the pressure. And there's even AI-powered audio journaling for real-time feedback and encouragement, a coach you can talk to, and insights to identify patterns and growth. Give it a few months and you'll see the difference. Less spiraling, more clarity, and a dating approach that actually feels hopeful and grounded. It's like having a wise, honest coach at your disposal. If you're ready for support that actually sticks and transforms, go to studio.com/dateable and start your journey with the Finding Your Person coaching app today.
Number 5, do I believe healthy love should feel calm, not chaotic? This was a lesson that I definitely had to learn, and it was a shift. And, you know, it really did change actually the last time around when I was dating, when I do believe I was like finally ready for a real partnership. I was looking for different things. Like I was looking for consistency. I was looking for someone I felt safe with, that I felt calm around. I think in the past, like I kind of thrived off that energy of like, when am I going to see them again? I don't know. Maybe they want to be with me today and they don't tomorrow. And there's like something a little intriguing about it, but that's not healthy. And that's not like a real relationship and partnership.
Yeah, and it goes back to regulating your nervous system. When it's unregulated, you feel safety in the chaos because that's what you're used to. That's what you're familiar with. But you're just feeding more into that monster and recognizing that as love, which is not the real thing. So when you're feeling like bored, we often describe it as boring or not that interesting, maybe flip that and get curious. Is this boring or is it just calm and peaceful?
Right. Everyone wants calm and peaceful. No one wants boring. It's just like the perspective shift.
Yeah. exactly. I think being bored is so underrated. I like being bored. Another question. Am I clear on my non-negotiables and willing to enforce them?
This is important because if you have boundaries but you don't act on them, then you're not ready.
What's the point?
What's the point? I feel like this happens a lot. People are like, I will not stand for this. And then you see them like bending over backward for bad behavior. But yeah, like getting clear on non-negotiables, I think is really important. This doesn't mean that everything is a red flag, but if there's certain behaviors, like for me, a non-negotiable, this is an example, I felt like I would stick around for people that were like, I'm not ready for a relationship. To me, a non-negotiable meant like I am ready and willing and committed to being in a relationship. And that was like a super healthy non-negotiable. Like I'm no longer going to try to change someone's mind or fix them or help them along. Like they need to be ready when I meet them.
Yes. That's a great non-negotiable. A way you can tell what your non-negotiables are, because I know sometimes it's hard to understand, is when you hear your friends' stories and you go, I would never let that happen.
Yeah.
Or I would never get myself into that situation. If you find yourself saying the never, that's probably a non-negotiable. But then reflect it back and say, maybe I have been in that situation before. So it's just have it reflected back and you'll know.
But readiness really means choosing alignment over potential, and that was a tough lesson to learn.
Yes.
Okay, number 7. When I am triggered, do I get curious about myself or immediately blame the other person?
We live in a blame culture. I am triggered. You triggered it. You're the one, right? I'm triggered by dating apps. I'm triggered by other people. I'm triggered by the environment. But your triggers are coming from you. You are the one pulling the trigger. So let's get back to what is it that I'm doing or I'm allowing for me to feel this way. Nobody can make you feel any way. You are in control of your body and your mind.
And if you think getting triggered is going to stop even when you meet the right person, nope. I feel like I was so triggered early on in our relationship, like maybe not like the first year, but like when things got serious and it was a lot of unresolved stuff on my own side. It wasn't things that my partner was doing. Maybe we had like a kind of a difference of needs being met or there wasn't full alignment, but I think that's actually just the way it is in a relationship. You have two people coming together that have different backgrounds, different expectations, different ways of moving through the world. I think that relationships actually are the biggest mirror to showing you some of these areas that still need some of this like curiosity and self-growth.
Remember, we're all just healing creatures and we're trying to heal through each other. And in that healing process, there are going to be triggers. And if we don't get past the triggers, then we don't go through the full healing.
And that's okay. I think maybe that's like a big learning is like a trigger doesn't mean the relationship is doomed. It's like, how do you handle that trigger? Yes, if you're always blaming the other person, having like blow up fights, like that's a toxic relationship. But if you're able to like look inward and be like, what is this trying to tell me? And like, how do we navigate this together? That could actually be some of the healthiest conversations. And I know for me, like those conflicts actually brought us so much closer together. So I'm like grateful for these triggers because it showed me what was like needed.
Yes. Question number 8. Am I building a life I like even if love takes time?
When your life feels full, you don't cling on to people, bad situations. You choose people that enhance your life instead of filling a void. This is so, so important because I feel like we've seen the people that wait around on a Friday night doing nothing, waiting for that person to call. But if you're living a full life, you don't let those people in the first place. Like they have to earn the spot. Like they're not, you're just not waiting.
Yeah. And we're always thinking about the arrival of love and how that could somehow begin our lives in a different direction. But the arrival of love doesn't really change anything because love can also flee. Love can also stall. So let's not be on love's timeline because love's timeline is going to be the timeline that works. It's going to work out for you. But sometimes it could take time and everyone's on a different timeline. But you get to choose to live the best life you can.
I feel like I've talked about this book a lot because it truly did change my life, is the Finding Your Half Orange book by Amy Spencer. And we've had her on the podcast back long in the archives if you want to find it. But we just re-aired it in the Dating Optimism series. So you don't even have to dig that far. Can find it. But what it was for me that really stood out was like, she talks about like how people are just like, and she even used her own personal experience, how like she would decide what you want to do based on like the potential to meet someone. Like, I don't want to go somewhere if there's no single people or like, no one I can meet. And then when she realized like, I already have all this great connection in my life, like, why am I pushing that away to find like this coveted love? I would rather like do the things that give me joy, be around the people that fill me up, that give me that connection and love already. And that doesn't mean I'm like giving up on finding love, but I'm building a life and coming from a place like that. My cup is so full, and that like when someone meets me, like they know I'm not like desperate for love. And I think for me that like that was so instrumental. Like the last time around, like I feel like I would not abandon a Friday night out with friends. Like that was like a sacred time for me. And I did not schedule dates on that because I'm like, I want to feel connected and loved and joyous around other people. And like, I have that. Like, why would I remove that?
That's the difference of putting you at the center of your life and putting someone else at the center of your life, someone else that you've never even met.
Right.
Like, think about, we've talked about if your life was a movie, where is the camera showing? Like, what is the camera on? Is it you, or is it scanning the room for that potential love match? And when you go into an event or an activity where you're like, this is going to bring me joy regardless, the camera's on you because this is about you. But if we're living life being like, oh, I should join a run club because I might meet someone that I could fall in love with, then the focus is no longer on you. And does that really bring you joy to go to a run club?
Like, do the run club if you love running.
Yes.
And then if you meet someone, cool. And if you don't, then you still love running.
Still cool. Yeah, you still love it.
I think, too, it's like in my example of the Friday night, it's not like I was like, oh, well, I can never see this person I've been talking to. But I'm like, they can meet me another night that's not Friday. Like, why does it need to be like on the second,
Right.
Okay, number 9. Can I receive consistency without getting bored or suspicious?
Suspicious. That is such a key word. I do find a lot of people go, this person's so nice to me all the time. And they're always texting me back.
Right. What
is wrong with them? What do they want from me? You're like, that's just decent human behavior. Consistency can feel so damn foreign when you don't have it, when you haven't had it before, when you haven't experienced it before. But consistency is the baseline of what a good relationship should be built on. Without consistency, you got nothing. That relationship is going to tumble. So when you feel at ease, like we talked about, peaceful, zen, those are all good clues into someone being consistent with you.
I know. I feel like for a while people would be like, what was different about your partner? And I would say consistency. And it almost like diminished our connection by just saying that. Because it's like, sounds so like, okay, like someone gave you consistent attention. And I'm not saying like that was the reason, but I think what it was is that because I wasn't focused on like, when is our next date going to be? Like, are they going to text me? And like all these like thoughts occupying about like dating and like winning and being with this person, that was gone. We could build a connection. Like the space was there. And I think that is so pivotal. Like if that space isn't there, that's why relationships never get off the ground.
Exactly. You need consistency to build connection.
Well, that too. You need to see someone enough.
They need to be consistently enough and consistently present enough in your life for you to even get to know them. So yeah, that should be the leading factor to any connection.
Okay. Last but not least, number 10. If nothing changed this year except how I showed up in dating, would that still be a win? I love this one so much because readiness is not about outcomes. It's about agency. And I really truly believe like when you change your patterns, like better partners naturally follow.
It's about attraction. You attract that same energy. And when you are in that energy of like, I will only feel good this year if I find love, then you're just going to attract depleted people as well. But if you're already showing up with the hat with your glass full, then you're going to attract people who feel the same way. So I agree. I'm like, without all the superficial milestones happening, if none of them happen this year, would I still be happy? Or what would make me still be really happy about this year?
I still feel like a better metric for every date, because I feel like we judge it like, did I get the next date? Like, who cares if you get the next date? Especially if it's not a fit. What I would rather do is like, did I show up as myself? Did I show up as a version of myself that I'm happy and proud of?
Yes. And did I learn something about myself? It's about growth. And did I meet someone new? Yes. Check, check, check. Awesome. I love that. There's no winning or losing in dating, but there is time wasted on the things that really just don't matter.
A lot of time wasted. But this
and you
is
can't
such
get
a
that
good
time back.
No, you can't. This is a good reset, though, to ask yourself this stuff. We also have this relationship readiness score that we created. It's a little quiz that's also on our website under dateablepodcast.com/programs. And this is also a free tool, but it can like calculate your readiness score. So we've seen a lot of people have fun with this. So go check that out if you want to, I don't know, like hone in a little more of like where you are. Cause I think it's like asking these questions and then like, is your like life, like overall, do you feel like you're in a good place? Because the energy in parts of life outside of dating definitely seep into dating.
Here's an idea. If you've downloaded our AI-enabled dating coach app through studio.com/dateable, get the transcript of this episode, put it into your dating coach, AI dating coach, and have it have a discussion with you on all 10 of these questions. And then have it help you design the first 3 months of the year based on your answers to the questions. I'm telling you, having this other coach kind of guiding you through this will really help center you to getting the love life that you want.
I love that. Love that idea. And of course, How to Be Dateable. Pick up our book, audiobook, wherever you get your books sold. That's all you need to do this year. Those 3 things. What
was the first thing?
Listen to this episode. You've already done 1.
Okay.
Upload the transcript. Get the book.
Yeah, get the dating app. Get the AI enabled dating coach app, and then get the book. Yes, there you go. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode before we give you any more assignments to do. Stay dateable.